The title of this video is Unlocking Your True Self, a Journey to Personal Transformation. Personal transformation refers to your ability to rise above parts of you that are dead, really old, useless, and yet you still hold on to them. The transformation we all need more than anything is to rise above the ideas of who we think we are, because who we think we are is not really who we are. I know that's kind of a weird statement, but what I mean is that you are composed of multiple identifications with a variety of traits, most of which are defense mechanisms like fear, anger, worry, guilt. And these are not who you really are. They're actually useless identities that are fabrications, made up personality characteristics. Your mind has created who you identify with. And no matter who or what you think you are, it's only a small fraction of who you are. So in order to discover who you really are, you must clear away who you aren't. And to do that, you must refine your ability to discern. And that is done through attunement. And that's learning to attune to the forces affecting you. This is not complicated. It's not difficult. You just haven't had it explained in simple language. Certainly not in the educational systems and rarely in religious organizations. So, in this session, I'm going to help you explore some of what is occurring that you're not usually aware of that are factors forming your personality and your life experiences. Our society and its many businesses and organizations seem designed to distract you and even prevent you from self discovery. The energy that uses up your attuning ability is based on insecurity. So, for this reason, most people feel nervous in unfamiliar situations or situations in which they do not feel in control. The ego aspect of you is always assigning a threat value to every experience. And it does this by forming judgments and conclusions based on its past experience with something that was similar. And then you initiate what seems to be an appropriate defense action. These are forces that basically clutter up your attuning ability. They keep you from being in touch with your core truth. They keep you reacting, judging, emotionally reacting and analyzing and comparing and pondering and concluding and formulating all kinds of beliefs. You might be aware of this going on occasionally when you're listening to someone talking and you periodically find that you haven't even been paying attention. This may have already happened while you're listening to me. So, what were you doing during the time when you weren't paying attention to the words? And why weren't you paying attention? Well, maybe you just checked out, or your mind might have wandered off, maybe thinking about what you're going to do later. Or maybe it reflected back on some of your own stories and memories about what was being said. Or you were busy assessing how helpful or threatening what you're listening to is. Or maybe you were formulating questions to get more information or analyze. The mind is on its own trip, projecting its fears and needs. So rather than listening, you're reacting to something which likely isn't even happening. So now take a moment to recognize some of the inner forces that operate inside of you and use up your attuning senses. And here's what I mean. If while someone is talking to you, if you are judging, analyzing, comparing, and remembering, then you're not listening. You're not attuning to what's going on. So and acknowledge that you might do this at least some of the time. And these are what get in the way of attuning to your inner truth and to your soul. By becoming aware and acknowledging these subtle processes, you can quiet them and listen and attune more deeply. Attuning means you have no agenda. You're in a neutral, receptive state of equanimity and calmness, and you are present with what is happening in the moment. So there's several things there. You're neutral, receptive, calm, and present what is happening in that moment. That's what I mean by attuning. So give yourself permission to enter into that type of attunement while you're listening now. And it's actually a very natural process. So let's start by letting your awareness deepen into your body. Tune into what's going on right now in your body. Where has your attention been drawn? Maybe you notice something uncomfortable that you weren't paying attention to before. What do you notice in your body? Just by acknowledging that you sometimes only listen while analyzing, comparing, questioning, reflecting, you start opening yourself to attune to what is actually present. You can call this higher sense listening, or what I'm calling attuning. It's a more relaxed, open, non-judgmental receptivity to what is present. Now, let's take a brief moment to notice what distracts you from fully doing this. In other words, what distractions arise when you decide to listen? By acknowledging them, you make peace with them and you open yourself to receive. So right now, without me saying anything, just listen to silence and to whatever arises for you in that silence. Just be present to receive and acknowledge whatever you find yourself doing for the next 15 seconds. If in listening to silence, you find yourself going somewhere in thoughts, just acknowledge what is happening. Now, this naturally happens to nearly everyone because your mind has been conditioned to be active and distracted. Most people today have very short attention spans, and so the mind will start to drift. And this is not by accident, by the way. You've been conditioned to need continuous changing input. TV, movies, the internet ads, they're all designed to change in a matter of seconds so you don't keep your attention focused and therefore you drift. To access your deeper aspects of your own nature, you must sink from the surface awareness to a deeper sensing of the field that you inhabit. This is the beginning step, and it's done by holding an intention to connect with yourself at a deeper soul level. You could say to yourself, it is my intention and my desire to connect with and feel my soul in my heart. Now, if you've never done anything like this before, you may not notice much of anything. I didn't either when I started, but I kept at this using that phrase week after week after week until I did start to sense something. And that something is simply referred to as presence. There's a subtle sensing of a presence, and that presence is the soul. Sometimes you might feel a light vibration going on in your body, or what I call a lightness of being takes over. Or sometimes people feel a warmness, or some feel a coolness. The sensation could be almost anything that you notice that you didn't notice previously. And often it's just simply referred to as presence. So that's the first phase of the attunement process. You tune in. Second, incorporates inviting presence and light to fill distractions. So you might say, well, I've been feeling stuck lately, or blocked, or trapped. Or I'm just not making the kind of progress I would like. Or maybe something isn't working the way you would like. So as you go through the day, there may be any number of times that you have uncomfortable feelings mentally, emotionally, or physically. And whatever's happening at any given moment is offering something to you to help you move toward being more powered and complete and even joyful. The natural tendency is to avoid any feeling or condition that's uncomfortable. But in this process of attuning, you acknowledge it, you embrace it, you meet yourself in the feeling. Now, if you are in a comfortable place where you can safely close your eyes for the rest of the session, you can continue by entering a clearing and healing meditation. So if you are not doing anything else, gently close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for an instant and then let it gently out through your mouth and relax. And tune in to your feelings and conditions without judging yourself or forming any conclusions. Acknowledge whatever feelings are present and accept yourself for having the feeling while inviting presence and light to fill and merge into whatever it is you're noticing. This is the way that you become a knower of a deeper part of yourself, and a consciousness shift carries you to a new place automatically. Say to yourself, I open to receive the healing light of love and divine soul presence. I open to receive the healing light of love and divine soul presence. Now, I call this the soul merging process. You see, your soul is very intelligent and it's directly connected to divine guidance. So it not only knows what you need, it also knows how to accomplish fulfilling that need, whatever it is. So say to yourself again, I open to receive the healing light of love and divine soul presence. I open to receive the healing light of love and divine soul presence. This process guides you to move within yourself and feel divine love, light, and presence through you. This process guides you to move within yourself and feel divine love, light, and presence all through you. So feel into this now. Allow it to happen. And whatever you feel, whatever distraction your mind brings up, such as feeling stuck or anxiety or guilt or some memories or feeling trapped or angry or frustrated, whatever it is, direct some light and relaxed soul presence deeply into your body and into those thoughts and feelings. Now say these words to yourself. I let go and feel the healing light and divine soul presence. I let go and feel the healing light and divine soul presence. To feel the vibration, presence, the current, the flow, the stream of it is way more important than just thinking or saying words or even visualizing light. The feeling component is more transformational than visualizing light. So let go and feel how your inner body feels the current or vibration of presence, and invite that presence to move into the areas where you need the most help, and say these words. I receive the feeling of the light and divine soul. I receive the feeling of the light and divine soul. And now say these words. I let go and feel the healing light and divine soul presence within me. I let go and feel the healing light and divine soul presence within me. Now, these words are intentions, and intentions are what engage the process. So there's a process going on for you right now. And if you feel into that process, meeting yourself with compassion, regardless of what you notice or what else you think about, inwardly say these words. I invite the light of love and divine healing light into me. I invite the light of love and the divine healing light into me. Take a few seconds and just notice the response to the request. You may notice a very slight sensation of tingling or warmth in some part of your body. This is that part of you welcoming the new frequencies and the light and transformation. There are little subtle sensations like that as the body begins to awaken to the subtle energies around you. So now allow a deeper connection to the healing light, a deeper connection to your soul as you totally and completely hold yourself in love and compassion. Float your body in a cloud of golden healing light. Let yourself be carried in the light, free from the past, as you settle into this present moment. Feel the great light that's available rising up into aliveness and liberation, freeing the areas that you've been held in darkness. So, as we've been calling in this light and presence, you're also simultaneously connecting with a deeper aspect of yourself, and that is your soul, an additional presence emerging more fully into your experience of this moment. Next, pick any personal issue, emotional reactions such as worry, anxiety, dread, self-judgments, shortcomings, pains or struggles or illnesses. You are setting up an opportunity to receive whatever you need to make a transformation in your life. So pick something and say the following silently to yourself. I am receptive to accepting change and transformation in this area of my life. That sets the overall intention. And now I'm going to lead you through the steps. First of all, what are you willing to let go of that blocks you in some way? It could be the feeling of being blocked or trapped, or being stuck or frustrated. What is it? Find something to release. And you're going to release that through the surrender process. Surrender simply means letting go of all holding and all resistance. But it implies that you do that in a very deep way. So be curious to discover what you no longer need. Maybe a guilt, maybe worry, maybe anxiety, or it could be a painful memory that you carry with you. What is it that you need to surrender, release, be healed of so that you can take your next step in your life? All right, so you should have something in mind. Next, tune into and listen to determine what you think about this issue. What conclusions have you come to about your situation? And then notice one or two thoughts and feelings that are attached to this issue. Acknowledge whatever feelings there are that you have about the issue. There may be more than one. How do you feel about it? And then say to yourself, I am not this, I am not that. And next, say to yourself, I'm willing to let go of my thoughts and feelings on this issue. I'm willing to let go of all I've been holding on to. And now continue following my words and making them your own. I am willing to surrender and release the need for these issues and conclusions. I ask the full divine soul to merge into these issues and conclusions. I ask the highest enlightened awareness of the soul to fully merge and integrate enlightened awareness into these issues. I'll repeat that. I ask the highest enlightened awareness of the soul to fully merge and integrate enlightened awareness into these issues. Now, all of these statements are requests and intentions, and they engage a process. And that process will continue even if you're not consciously aware of what is taking place. When you set intentions and make requests, you activate responses. As you release, you open opportunities to receive, and you open more space to receive. The more you surrender and release, the more you open yourself to receive. And know this, whatever you need is already known by a higher part of you. You could say your higher self or your soul. All you have to do is surrender and release anything that closes you down from receiving. And that's any thought or belief that you can't do it or don't know how to do it or you're not worthy of it or any other limiting idea. Welcome the presence and saturation of the soul's light, opening your whole being to greater and greater amounts of light energy. And just allow yourself to sense the support that the soul and the light are bringing to you. You might also notice that there is a stillness that accompanies the releasing. This is a gentle opening, a gentle release. So let go of all trying. It's actually an effortless process. You're simply releasing. I give my permission for the soul's light to merge fully into my body, to clear all blocks, traps, and stuck energy. Now, whatever you are feeling, let the soul's light and presence flow into, move into, and integrate into all of those feelings while it brings in more light than you ever thought you could bring in. A very bright white light, pure light. This is the light of the soul. I call it a miraculous light because of its ability to transform energy and transform you. So anything that comes up for you, anything that you become aware of, you want to surrender that. You just simply say, I'm willing to surrender all need for this, even if you don't know what this means. You hold the intentions to surrender. There is a part of you, and that part is the soul. It does know. It knows how to do it. And it knows all that that means. It knows everything about your history and about surrender. It knows what you need to surrender, and it even knows how to do that. You just have to be willing to do it and to say it and agree with it. Now follow these thoughts and make them your own. I merge into the pure light of the highest enlightened soul awareness. I bathe in the light. I feel the pure light. I dissolve into the light. I am the light, brighter and brighter. Now, don't try to imagine what you're supposed to be experiencing. Just let the light come into the cells and trust the process as you surrender to the light. The light knows what it is doing. It is divine intelligence. So simply welcome it in. The soul's light is what lights and radiates your spiritual path. It knows your needs. So just be open to receive it. Be still and allow yourself to receive light. Now follow these words. I surrender to the light. deeper and deeper. I open my heart to receive healing light deeper and deeper. Give yourself permission to allow this integration process to continue day and night long after this meditation is over. It is a process that has been activated, a process that will continue as long as necessary. And you're now giving yourself permission for that to happen. Receiving the presence of light, your soul, your divine essence into the depths of your being, harmonizing your body and brain into perfect functioning. And now begin to shift your awareness into the room where you are meditating and into being present in the moment. Feel your body in the space of this moment. Express gratitude for the support you have received as you become more fully aware of yourself in this moment. Now, as you gently open your eyes, be present in the body. Feel the body with your eyes open. This is actually an important part of the process because it helps you to integrate the meditation, sense and feel and notice what there is. Now, because a process has started and you've made the request for it to continue, it will continue into your normal waking reality. Whether you're aware of it or not doesn't matter. Sometimes you may feel subtly, sometimes with more intensity, but the process does continue. You have requested to open to healing and transformation. So as you have quiet time, feel into the subtle energies around you. Allow them to bring in the transformations you have requested. Tune into these energies as you go to sleep tonight with an intention of continuing the deepening process. Until next time now, may you be blessed with love and light always.